path dependence, which is really what I'm talking about, the argument that societies sometimes stay on the same path even when you think that they're changing, does not refer to this rather silly argument we sometimes hear, which is nothing has changed since 1994. Well, I mean, anybody who thinks that nothing has changed since 1994 clearly was either not awake before 1994 or hasn't been paying attention since then. And I can elaborate on that, but it's probably, not necessary. One obvious point. 98% of the adult black population today does not go to jail because they don't carry passes, which the apartheid state forced people to carry. We have changed, but the essential institutions are the same. And I think the other point which gets misunderstood when one makes that sort of argument is that one is simply wringing one's hands and one is saying that all of this is a problem for the society, that we need to change, we're not changing, and that is a problem. But that is only half of what the argument says. It's an important half. It's perhaps the most important half. But there's another half of the argument, and that says that a lot of what was being done before 1994 for 10 or 15% of the population are assets to the society. They are aspects of the society which we do not want to jettison. One of the sources of path dependency in South Africa, one of the reasons why people have not been absorbed into, have simply been absorbed into the existing structures rather than changing them, is precisely because it was understood that what you want, that what 10 or 15% of the population had was at least some of what 10 or 15% of the population had was worth having. So there has never been a debate in this society about whether we ought to have free and fair elections, because that has always been considered something which was available to a section of the population, enabled them to exercise power, enabled them to access all sorts of resources which they wouldn't otherwise been able to access, and that therefore it's something that the rest of the society ought to enjoy.